Hey guys, it's time for AEW Dynamite predictions once again. And as promised, from Friday or Saturday or whatever the last episode was, I present to you Clark once again.
Hi, everybody. Glad to be back.
Alright, and we're starting things off with a stacked card of AEW Dynamite. And I'm very certain that there'll probably be one other thing announced. At least, I don't know what, but I'm sure there'll probably be another thing announced that we won't cover because it's not there yet. I checked this time around to make sure we were up to date, and we are. So none of that, oh wait, I forgot about this, or oh wait, I forgot about that. We're covering everything this time around. So last time around was kind of a doozy, I know, but this time will be different, hopefully, and we'll have bonus points once again for one thing, and hopefully this time I'll actually remember what we predicted, so we can get bonus points if possible. Honestly, I should just write this down somewhere, but whatever. First of all, the Switchblade era begins. In his first match after officially becoming All Elite, Jay White will take on the man who only walks and runs on ropes, Commander. White made quite the impact on the April 5th edition of AEW Dynamite, where he showed up to beat down Ricky Starks after Ricky Starks was supposed to take on Juice Robinson. We also found out that Jay White was joining forces with Juice Robinson. And we also found out not too long ago that Jay White and Juice Robinson are being billed as Bullet Club Gold for AEW. So there is that as well. What do you think about this going on so far?
I have mixed emotions. I think it's a nice setup for the Forbidden Door, and it kind of makes me feel like that's going to be more of a regular thing. You know, this is the second year in a row they've done it, using a New Japan faction and kind of having its own splinter in AEW. Makes me think that it's gonna be a longer standing than just a couple years. I also get nervous about this. Like, NWO, when they started splintering off, like, it was kind of like the sign of them kind of going down to the point where NWO doesn't exist anymore. And Bullet Club's been around a really long time.
Over 10 years to be exact.
And I'm not a huge New Japan guy. It's not because nothing against New Japan. I just don't watch it, or I don't participate in, I guess, that culture or whatever, but I would still hate to see a faction that's been around that long go. And I mean, NWO was still like, I don't know, 3-4 years before when like Wolfpack showed up, but then more subgroups started happening or splinters off. So I don't know, it just makes me a little nervous about that. I'm not saying it will be the same because it doesn't mean it will. Maybe at some point they have a unification of the clubs. I'm not sure, so I have mixed emotions about it, I guess, is my answer.
I doubt they unify each other, mainly because David Finlay really does not like some of the people that he kicked out of his Bullet Club. The original Bullet Club, not really original anymore, because basically everybody's gone. Prince Devitt, AJ Styles, Omega. I mean, there's Bad Luck Fale. He's one of the original members. Omega's not an original member either, but he's one of the well-known people. But most of the people currently in Bullet Club, they either joined later on in like 2018, 2019, or they joined literally just like a couple years ago, like during the pandemic era. So
yeah, a unification. I mean, I'm not saying it will happen. I have no idea, but I'm talking like years in the future. David Finlay might not even be in New Japan at that point.
That's fair.
But it's just a thing. I am just thinking off the top of my head. that they could put them together, or maybe Bullet Club gives Bullet Club Gold a pass. I mean, I don't know. I'm just saying, usually a lot of factions, when they start having subgroups, it's usually a sign that faction's gonna disappear in three to 5 years. But there's no guarantees. I would hate to see Bullet Club gone after so long, and they even have things that Bullet Club does that other groups do now too. So yeah.
Anyway, Jay White beats Commander. Let's hope this time Commander doesn't just do a bunch of walking and running on the ropes. Hopefully he does something else. Because his last matchup with Sammy Guevara, in my opinion, was very, I don't know, it didn't seem right. With Commander always walking and running on the ropes.
I do think some of the times his moves were more focused on, while very impressive, he can do all that stuff. I agree that a lot of it was, he was too focused on, look at me, I can walk on a really thin area and kind of end on something kind of okay, but he should have focused more on mixing it up, I think, a little more. Do that, fine, but also do other things. But yeah, I think he's really impressive. I don't know what kind of feedback they're giving him, or what the audience and as a whole. Maybe there's so many people that are super impressed about him being able to walk on the ropes or run on them even, that they don't care. I don't know, but yeah, I hope it's more than just him walking and running on ropes too. I mean, there'll definitely be some of that, and I'm okay. It's impressive, but
yeah. Your prediction was Jay White wins, right?
Oh, I didn't predict, but yeah, I would say Jay White wins.
All right. And then the war is officially on, as Wardlow is on a relentless war path as he looks to reclaim the TNT Championship against current champion Powerhouse Hobbs. The champion has a lot to answer from plotting the break-in of quote-unquote Mr. Mayhem's car. With the help of Aaron Solo and QT Marshall in QTV, Hobbs has been absolutely quote-unquote dominant over his short stint as the TNT champion, and has successfully defended the belt 4 times so far. This will be TNT champion Powerhouse's Hobbs' 5th title defense here already. As long as this ends up being he retains, I'm okay with this matchup. Wardlow has tried so many times to try and grab the TNT belt, and he's already had his moment. He's had the TNT championship. He had his moment with Samoa Joe. He's had his moment with Powerhouse Hobbs before. This is not a new thing. He's done this before. Well, something similar. This rivalry has been done before. But, I don't know. If Wardlow wins, I'm gonna be mad. That's all I'm saying.
Well, I think Wardlow wins. I think he's too over right now. I don't think Hobbs is as over as they're trying to. I think they tried to, with the Book of Hobbs, I think they tried to push him, but I don't think he's getting the response they were hoping for.
Oh, heck no. That's why they brought QTV on with him.
Yeah, I don't think that's working either.
No, I thought that was working worse than the Book of Hobbs.
Yeah, I actually kind of like the Book of Hobbs. I think they could have dived a little more into that, but I mean, I guess that's not up to just me. That's how everybody's reacting to it. But I think Wardlow's really over right now, so I think he wins. That's what I think. I'll go for bonus points here. I think QT tries to help and it backfires, and then that starts Hobbs on down the QTV group.
Fair enough. I am not doing bonus points here. I'll be doing bonus points on something else. And then, of course, with the ever humongous feud going on here, and with a lot of backstage stuff going on, we will officially hear from the Elite they're going to come out to the crowd in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. So they'll probably on that talk about their journey to recovery, but also maybe probably talking some schmack about Blackpool Comic Club. I don't know. I don't see anything too much going. I don't see anything too crazy going on here, other than maybe the Elite and Blackpool Comic Club brawl or something. That's the only thing I really see happening with this segment.
I think, I think they come out, they cut their promo. I'm thinking they challenge the Blackpool Combat Club to a match, probably at Double or Nothing. Could be the Stadium Stampede. Or not Stadium Stampede.
Anarchy in the Arena?
Yeah, it could be that.
I've seen some people say that they want a blood and guts match with the Elite and Blackpool Comic Club. And I've seen some people say that that there'd be but some people have been like, how's that gonna work? Like, it'd have to be a 5-on-5. Well, they've done 4v4 in the past. I don't remember exactly who was taking each other on, but they've done 4v4 in the past for blood and guts. So if they didn't want to bring Takeshita into any of this, or even Kota Ibushi or somebody else into it and make it a 5v5, like, they could do it. So
yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. But I think they challenge them to a match for sure, and maybe it will be just a regular no DQ match or just a regular match. I don't know, but I think that's what happens. They cut their promo. Blackpool Combat Club will probably come out, and say their piece, and maybe they fight. But
anyway, with the ever so much heat building up, with Adam Cole making his in-ring return to AEW a couple of weeks ago, he took on Daniel Garcia, and then after he beat Daniel Garcia, he had this huge celebration with him and Britt Baker and the streamers everywhere. Then Chris Jericho shows up. He comes out, tries to help out Daniel Garcia, but then he looks at Adam Cole in a weird way. And last week, Jericho had a matchup with Keith Lee. That was the main event, and Jericho beat Keith Lee thanks to a certain Strickland. And we could say that Strickland took a swerve on Keith Lee. But anyway, Jericho got the victory, and then Adam Cole shows up to pay respect to Keith Lee and does a similar thing to what Jericho did. He looks at Jericho in a weird way. So basically what's leading up to that's what's leading up to this face-to-face confrontation between the two. What do you think happens here?
I think there's words. I think I think that's the match that they're setting for Double or Nothing again.
Yeah.
I think they're really trying to set the storyline for that up. I like this a lot. I think Chris is a veteran, and he can wrestle a lot of different ways. He can't do everything, but he's not kind of one of those wrestlers that only can do like a certain style. He can do multiple styles of wrestling, and I think he does it well. So I think it's good for Adam Cole when he's coming back, and also Chris Jericho. That's one of the biggest names in AEW. So I like it a lot, and I love Chris Jericho. I think he's not only is he funny, but he's a really talented wrestler. So, I think they have words, probably go to blows, but in the words they agree to a match of some sort.
Well, you also got to know Adam Cole's a big name too. So, and he's also He could be one of them. He could be a top face in the company. That is kind of what they're leading up to. They're leading up to Adam Cole being the top face of the company. That's kind of what I feel is happening here. That being that Adam Cole doesn't get injured again.
Right. Yeah, I mean, I arguably Chris Jericho is their top heel. MJF and him are probably, depending on who you ask, but
I say MJF's the top guy right now for the heel side. That's just me, though.
I think Jericho's just got too much in his portfolio of what he can do and what he has done. And I think he's also incredibly humble. He helps no names like get over, and he doesn't seem to be so egotistical that he puts himself above other people. So yeah, I like this. I think they, maybe it's not for Double or Nothing. I don't know, but they definitely have a match.
I feel like it's happening at Double or Nothing. That could be a big deal for the company. I think this is the first time both of these two are facing each other as well. So, like, in pro wrestling. So, think about that, too.
Right.
Speaking of Jericho, the Jericho Appreciation Society's Matt Menard, Angelo Parker, and Jake Hager have a trios match with The Acclaimed and Billy Gunn. In this, I see Matt Menard, Angelo, and Jake Hager winning, but just because they cheat.
Yeah, I don't know. It's interesting because I think even Billy Gunn, the age he is now, is still a better wrestler than Jake Hager. I think Jake Hager's okay. I think he's lower mid card.
I think he's garbage, but you already know that.
But I don't. Yeah, I don't know. I kind of like this too because I think both The Acclaimed and Matt Menard and Angelo Parker are really funny. I think Jake's pretty funny too, especially lately. His whole hat thing's kind of ridiculous, but it's grown on me. So I don't know. I think The Acclaimed win. I do.
Wait, what about the hat thing?
That he likes his hat.
Oh, I didn't know that.
I think it's ridiculous, but it's grown on me. First couple times I was like, "This is stupid," and I didn't think the hat was. I thought that was fine, but yeah, I think The Acclaimed and Billy win. But I don't know. Maybe it makes more sense storyline wise for the Jericho Appreciation Society to win, because otherwise, the Acclaimed may not be done. They might be like, if we won, they don't care. But I think Acclaimed and Billy Gunn win, and then I don't know. It keeps the story going, but it's something.
Yeah. Following the titles versus career match that happened a couple of weeks ago, it was a big matchup, and there's all this stuff going on because of a certain one saying stuff about their contracts ending soon. So then that kind of led up to the titles versus career match as well. FTR versus the Guns, where FTR became the new AEW Tag Team Champions. They're the 2-time AEW Tag Team Champions now. We're going to hear from them here tomorrow night as well. What do you got to say about that?
FTR?
Yeah. FTR are going to come out. They're going to talk probably about being the new tag champions and maybe their next title defense. Maybe say some things about Aussie Open, because there's been a lot of teases about that matchup happening.
I'm ready for them to stop talking and just fight, because that's been more. I think they're better at that. I don't think they're bad at talking. I don't think it's their forte. Every once in a while, one of them has a good promo, and not that any of them are bad. They're just I don't personally enjoy them as much. So I'm just ready for them to pick somebody and have a match, like even if it's enhancement talent. But so I'm not excited for that part. But maybe it'll be like somebody interrupts them or something, and then that's who their new opponent is, or interim opponent, while like Aussie Open can they can set that up. I don't know.
Well, if you're paying attention on social media, you know there's a lot of teases going on between Aussie Open and FTR right now, which I think will lead to Forbidden Door, maybe a IWGP Tag Championship and AEW World Tag Team Title match. The winner takes all. Maybe
That'd be crazy.
that's what I've been seeing, but I don't actually know on that. We don't actually know what's going to happen there, but we've seen there's been a lot of teases about that at this point. So
I think that would be better because them fighting at Forbidden Door, regardless of who's putting up their championships, because they both recently won their tag champions. So the Aussie Open won theirs not that long ago, and FTR a little sooner, but
not much sooner.
Yeah, but pretty close together. So.
Yeah, we'll see. I don't really have any thoughts about this other than them. There's another tease happening. That's all I see happening, really. Or what, like you said, somebody else comes out and challenges FTR for the titles. I don't know. We'll see. And speaking of tag teams, Jamie Hayter and Dr. Britt Baker, DMD, will have a tag team matchup against the Outcasts, Ruby Soho and Tony Storm. On this matchup, I am going to say that that Britt Baker and Jamie Hayter win, mainly because they're in Pittsburgh. Excuse me, Britsburg.
Yeah, yeah, I'll go with that. That makes sense. I was teetering the other way because I think last time they wrestled, Jamie Hayter and Britt Baker won, but yeah, I think being in Britsburg makes more sense for them to win again.
Phooey. I forgot to do my the bonus points. That was it. That was the last thing.
You got a lot of options. You could pick who
I have bonus points for the Jay White and Commander match. I already know I'm most likely not gonna get bonus points for this, but a new member of Bullet Club Gold gets revealed to us all. And that new Bullet Club Bullet Club Gold member becomes ELP, or as many people might know him as El Phantasmo.
Not only are you predicting a new member being revealed, but you're also picking who that member is?
Yes.
That's very specific. Well, good luck.
It's very unlikely, but that's why it's bonus points.
No, I hear you. I think out of all of the matches we discussed, the one I'm the most excited about is probably the Jay White Commander match.
Dang, for real?
Yeah. I mean, the women's tag match is up there too, but I like.
I'm in the middle.
But I mean, Wardlow and Hobbs kind of have like Wardlow a little bit more of what he does in the ring, but for the most part, it's kind of like they have seem to have a limited skill set of what they do in the ring, not necessarily what they can do. They don't tend to branch out very much. I don't know. Maybe the tag match will be good with the Acclaimed. The triple tag match with the Acclaimed will be good, but it's at least going to be entertaining because both those groups are pretty funny. But
that's all Jake Hager is, though, is funny. He's trash in the ring.
I think he's okay. I think he's kind of like, for me, he's a little bit like Wardlow and Powerhouse Hobbs. Like, he doesn't do a lot. He does very specific move sets, and then he doesn't tend to branch out very much, and that's fine. I think they're trying to focus more on him developing his character and less his ring. But maybe they're doing both. I don't know. But so yeah, out of all the matches, that's the one I think will be probably the better ones. I am excited about the promo with Chris Jericho and Adam Cole, because they're both pretty good on the mic. They're both really good on the mic. I think Adam Cole doesn't get enough credit for his mic skills.
You don't?
No, I don't.
Huh.
I think he's pretty good. I also like as much as some of the stuff he does used to annoy me, it's grown on me. Like I like time for story time, babies. It's grown on me. So, yeah, I think it'll be a good show. AEW usually does put on a good show. I just, out of all of them, those are the things I'm looking forward to the most.
Well, thank you guys. This is TPW Talking Pro Wrestling, and I'll see you guys next time. I will be doing Saturday, for Saturday, I'll be doing Hiroki Goto's 20th anniversary event predictions and results. I might do Impact. I don't know yet, but the way you'll know is if you see an episode about it. Of course, I'll be doing Rampage predictions and results, most likely. But that's it. I'll see you guys in the next episode. Good night, everyone.